How are you?
Oh, I am terrible.
Yeah.
Hello and welcome to the Hanging with Humans podcast. This is RJ, your host. I am sitting here in Pueblo, Colorado at the Riverwalk, right outside of a Japanese restaurant sushi bar. I met a nice lady on my way walking through the Riverwalk with JJ, as we do, and we stopped and talked over a cigarette, and we happened to be in sort of similar positions, and I thought no other better interviewee I can think of than Christie right now. So nice to meet you, Christie.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you for your time. I'm going to ask you a few questions about your life, and yeah, we're gonna start with that. So, Christie, you were born October 1st, 1985, in the Old Hazard Hospital in Kentucky.
Mm-hmm.
You have 4 siblings, and you told me you had a great childhood growing up.
Yes, I did.
What was it like growing up where you grew up, and what type of things did you do growing up where you grew up? Did you live out on a ranch or live out in the country?
I lived in the country in a small city, but it was normal.
Normal life?
Normal life. Real slow.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
When do you think in your life did it make a change from normal life to not normal life?
It's never been a not normal life.
Never?
No.
I get that completely. Can you tell me about your mom? Because from what I understand so far, you've had, 2 stepdads?
Yeah, I've had 2 stepdads.
Can you tell me about your mom? Since
My mom's Sharon.
Sharon?
Sharon Cakethorpe.
Tell me about Mama Bear. What was it like growing up with your mom in Kentucky at that young age?
Well, my mom worked at a factory to keep us going.
Yeah.
And how she done it, I don't know, but
Yeah, you and 4 others, right? You and your 4 siblings?
no, my other brother, John Claude, didn't live with us. He had already grown up.
He'd already grown up. Okay.
Yeah, he didn't live with us. He lived with my real dad.
The one that you met way later on in life.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is Kentucky and Colorado the only places that you've lived?
Kentucky and Colorado? No, I've lived in Florida and Las Vegas, Nevada also.
Yeah?
Where I was with Warner Brothers with Las Vegas, Nevada.
That was in Vegas?
Yeah.
Cool. Alright. So, you had a very normal childhood growing up in Kentucky. Something major happened when you were 15 years old. Your stepdad passed away.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell me what happened in that situation?
Well, I come home one day and my mom told me my dad had passed away. And it didn't hit me until the funeral. Real bad. And after the funeral was over, it just it gave me a lot of depression. I didn't understand why that happened. I blamed it on God. And I sort of changed my life around. I was in church, and then I wasn't. I quit going to church.
After that happened?
But then I got my life back together and got back in church. So
Good.
at the age of 28.
Okay. If you don't mind me asking, what happened to your
Or
stepdad?
27-1, I can't remember what now.
What happened to your stepdad?
My stepdad, they said it was an overdose, but later in life I found out he was murdered.
Really?
Yes, he was murdered.
So, like, somebody gave him a bad dose, or?
No, he was murdered.
Damn.
I think he was strangled to death.
What? And there was no, like, investigation? It was just like...
No, there was no investigation of it.
That happened in Kentucky?
Yes.
Was it like a small town where you had grown up?
A small town where we grew up?
Yeah.
Yes, it was a small town where we grew up.
So you said you had a major depression come from that, and it kind of took you away from the church?
Yes, it did.
What sort of feelings were you dealing with when it came to that? Like, when that happened, like, why did God take my stepdad from me? What other things do you believe were going through your mind at that time?
I just wasn't thinking clearly. I think it was more of a mental illness than anything.
Yeah.
I probably needed some of my Zoloft because I'd been taking it since I was 12, and I was unmedicated, yes.
Mm. So they had you on Zoloft at 12?
Yeah.
So were there, like, behavioral or mental issues before that happened with your stepdad?
Yes. With me?
Yes. Because
Yeah, there was some issues with me. I overdosed and tried to kill myself when I was 12. I had a suicide attempt, so I think that was me just acting out, just needing medication and somebody to talk to me.
Yeah.
And my family wouldn't talk to me and make me grow up. They just let me do whatever I wanted to do. My mother did. So I had to get back in church the hard way. So, I had to learn it all on my own and grow up and, realize who I was and get back in church.
Yeah.
So.
Was your mom, providing and working and doing all those things? Was that like she wasn't there to be a person to talk to and things like that? Or was she?
No, she was a working mom, and then she had a stroke. Yeah, I had to quit school and stuff and everything after my dad passed away. Right after my dad passed away, I had to quit school right before that because he left her for another woman, and then they was divorced. And he was no longer my stepdad because he left her for another woman.
Yeah.
And then she married my other stepdad, Bobby Cox.
Mm-hmm.
But it messed me up when he died, church-wise.
Yeah. What was that, the period of you feeling all that pain from losing your stepdad, being on your own? You get back to the church at 27, 28, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah. What is going on for those 15 years? What is life for you in Kentucky?
I was an addict.
You were an addict?
Yeah, I was an addict. But I worked in restaurants. I was a sociable addict.
Okay, like high functioning?
Yeah, high functioning.
Yeah. I was like that as a drinker.
I wasn't somebody that didn't work. I worked.
Yeah, just hustling every day.
Yeah.
And you've pretty much kind of been on your own too, right? Like since
I was 16.
Yeah. You and me both. It's hard to make the right choices in life when...
But that was my choice. I decided to move out of my parents' home when I was 16 and my mom let me.
Yeah. Do you have any important figures in your life that were not your mom or your stepdad?
Any choices in life that's not of my mom and stepdad?
Important people in your life that something maybe like a
More important people?
Yeah, mentors.
I have my grandmother, Imogen, which is my mom's mom.
Okay.
She supported me.
She did?
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell me more about her? Was she a church woman or?
Yes, she was.
Yeah. What was your grandma's name?
Huh?
Your grandma's name?
Imogen.
Imogen?
Mm-hmm.
So she was a positive influence in your life while you're basically on your own, going through life, working in restaurants, being a high functioning addict. You got back to the church in 27, 28, at 27 and 28 years old. What was the moment that happened that made you go, we need to change something? I need to get closer to God or back to God, or what sort of moment in your life led to going back to the church?
I went home to my parents and I got back in church when I went home for the last time.
Yeah.
When I was 28.
Yeah.
And when I was living with them at home for the last time, at 28, I realized that I needed to be saved. And so I did. I got saved. And then my parents was having a hard time, and I had nowhere else to live. They kicked me out of the house, so I just left. I left, and I got my stepdad to take me to the Kentucky and Ohio border and drop me off.
Yeah.
And from then on there, I hitchhiked all the way to Florida and lived there for a while. Rivera, West Palm Beach County in Florida.
So you...
Rivera.
Yeah. What is that conversation like? You're in a vehicle, driving to the border. Mm-hmm. What are you talking about? What is my next move? What does my future look like? What is the conversation that's happening while you're on this trip to the next chapter of your life? Can you recall any of that?
The next chapter of my life after that.
Well, the trip that you're in a vehicle with your stepdad heading to the border, right? What are you talking about along the way? What is the conversation that's being had?
Just church.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're saying, I'm going to Florida to change my life.
I really didn't know where I was going to go to.
No?
I told him I would call him when I got there. I was going to my friend Sierra's in Orlando.
In Orlando?
Yeah, that's who I was going to see. That's what I told him I was going to see.
So your friend lives out there. You've never been to Florida before. Mm-hmm. You probably don't even know what it looks like or any of the stuff. And you get there. What are your thoughts on the moment that you arrive in Florida?
I thought it was beautiful. The ocean. I'd never seen the ocean. It was amazing. It overwhelmed me. And with happiness. Yeah. And I had it made again.
So you did end up meeting up with your friend Sierra there in Orlando? Mm-hmm. What was your relationship like with her?
My relationship with her, well, she wasn't home. She was coming in to see me. Mm-hmm. And I had to go on down there to live in West Palm Beach County with Adriana Diaz. I met another friend that took me in.
Mm-hmm.
Her name was Adriana Diaz. And Fidel Diaz took me in.
And Fidel Diaz.
Yes. They helped me out. That was my roommates in Florida.
You still have any contact with them at all?
No.
No.
They moved to California.
So you guys are all around the same age, living together. You're working in restaurants and whatnot over there. Did you have plans to stay there for good, or what were you thinking while you were down there? Like, this is where I'm gonna settle down, or this is just a temporary thing. I'm just exploring, being young, or what was your mindset while you were in Florida?
My mindset while I was in Florida, just trying to find friends and trying to get my life straightened out. And I couldn't do it in Florida, so I left Florida and went on up to Las Vegas, Nevada.
I feel like both of those places too, it's there's a lot of distractions. Like,
I was looking for a husband too, and I couldn't find one, so
that's a good way.
I left.
Were you able to dodge the distractions that are around a lot in places like Florida and Vegas? You know, there's like legal prostitution, there's like, you know, alcohol in every corner, people selling drugs on the streets and stuff like that. Did any of those like influences have an impact on your life at all?
No.
That's good. What year did you get to Las Vegas?
Las Vegas. I got in Las Vegas at the age of, I was turning 29-year-old.
Sure.
Because I only stayed in Florida for about 8 months.
Okay.
And then I turned 29 when I got in Las Vegas, Nevada.
So, in Las Vegas, Nevada, you get there. What's your first job?
My first job was at Warner Brothers.
In Vegas, right?
Yes.
How did you get into that position, and what are the type of things you did at that job? I'm very interested in that.
Well, I met Dean Raimondo on the streets there walking, and he decided to take me in, and I dated him, and he gave me a job with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what did you...
As an assistant editor.
Awesome. Did you enjoy doing that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it took... Well, his boss hired me on, and then he told his boss to hire me on. His boss hired me on Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you were an editor?
The wrong way, yeah.
Was that something that you did that you were like, oh, I can make a career out of this, or this is something I want to do for a long time?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And you're not doing that now, so what happened when exiting Warner Brothers? How long did you do that for?
Exiting Warner Brothers?
Or, yeah,
how long did I work for Warner Brothers?
Yeah.
Ooh, I worked for Warner Brothers probably for 6 months.
Yeah. 6 months?
Mm-hmm. And then Warner Brothers let me and Dean Raimondo go.
Really?
Yeah.
So, I guess that's kind of like in the industry, like movie industry, you know, in a way, entertainment industry. What other jobs did you do while in Vegas? So you're doing that for 6 months. You're done with that. What's next in Vegas?
Well, I try to get my disability. I actually tried to get a job at McDonald's, and they wouldn't hire me on.
What?
In Las Vegas. So I decided to leave Las Vegas after that and move to Colorado.
Okay. Why wouldn't they hire you at McDonald's?
I have no clue why.
You met your real dad.
Sid Daughtry helped me out a lot in Las Vegas, Nevada.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would always go see him perform on the strip.
No way.
And he'd always watch my back.
It's amazing. So you made some pretty good relationships while you were down there as well.
He sort of babysitted Chris Doctor did.
Really?
Yeah, sometimes.
That's very cool. So you live kind of I don't know, like a unexpected life, I guess, kind of, or not a random life, but like say what now? Can you, I'm very interested on how you met your real dad. How did that come to be a thing? You had
Meeting my real dad for the first time was like amazing. I know exactly who he was, even though he changed his appearance a lot. And I know exactly who he was. And because it had been a while since the first time I'd ever seen him.
Yeah.
It'd been a long time.
I bet.
And he had changed his appearance a little bit. It looked a lot better. And he lived with me.
Yeah.
And at my assisted living. And we had some good times together. We hung out. He would come in my bedroom. We would hang out together. He'd watch over me and stuff.
Yeah.
And spend time with me. You know, just stuff like that.
Yeah. Assisted living. What does that entail? So, is it it's for just mostly people with disabilities, people that are older or injured or something like that? What was that situation exactly? Just so I'm trying to understand it.
Well, me and my dad was separated, so at a very young age, so kind of devastating to see him again at first, but I kind of got used to it, you know, because of everything that had happened while we were separated and stuff.
Yeah.
So I let all that go, and I just enjoyed myself with him.
I feel like it's important.
It was God helped me through that.
Forgiveness is a huge thing, and I feel like once you're able to do that, it's like a burden is lifted off your shoulders. So, do you remember like conversations that like, because he was gone for so long, did he have any like explanation for like, you know, why he had left or you know, what was he going through or what he had been doing or anything like that?
What now? What'd you say right at the end? The last two words?
The last two words. Conversations that were had. What did he tell you about why he had left and what life?
He didn't really explain to me why he had left. My mother explained that a long time ago to me, and he knew that, so he didn't explain. And I could have went and spent all the time I wanted to with my dad in Kentucky, but he followed me out here.
Yeah.
And he wanted to come back home to his dad, I believe, John Wayne.
Yeah.
And Earl didn't really conversate very much. I can't really remember what all we had talked about.
Yeah.
I think we had talked about his wife, Patrice, and what she had given me.
What did she give you?
She gave me a faith thing that you sit on your tables, on your end tables.
Mm-hmm.
And a faith whatnot that you sit on your end tables. And she had also given me something else, but I can't remember what it is right now.
Yeah.
But I was we conversated about that. And And that's all I can remember.
The gift that you got has to do with faith. What has faith done for you in your life? I feel like my mom personally has gone through a lot of things in her life, and she's a very devout Christian woman, and I feel like her faith has maybe carried her through a lot of tribulations. Can you tell me a little bit about what faith means to you personally?
Faith to me means to me personally, it's how much faith you have in God. I know what faith is. It's how much you put your mind that God's going to do it. That's what faith is.
That sounds like the exact definition.
It's how much that you know that He's going to do it in your mind.
Yeah.
And it hits God.
Yeah. Like you have to put, like if
not unless you put faith inside your whole body. And
it's like blindly praying or asking for something in the hopes that it will come true, but it's like a part of it. Like it will never come true unless you have faith. And I'm not sure how that ties into God specifically, but more and more now, at this time in my life, I feel like I have faith because I've gone through so many hard times that faith is kind of what carried me through, especially when you're alone, because who else do you have to talk to when you don't have anybody? So you pray about it or have faith about the situation, and I feel like that is what helped me through a lot of times when I didn't have anybody or I was abandoned or whatever it is.
Yeah, you have to pray about it to have faith. You have to pray first. And then you got to get your faith up to God with your mind and think nothing on Him and say, yeah, He's going to do it. Have your mind made up on it. And don't think about it no more. You keep on going on with what you're doing in your life and not worry about the obstacle until it is moved by God. That's faith.
That's a very perfect description of it. Seriously, that's really good. Are you the situation you're in right now? Do you have faith helping you carry through it right now? How are things right now? I mean,
yeah, I have faith. Yeah, carrying through on with my life still.
You said you have about 2 weeks until you're able to get into another place?
Yes.
Let's talk about how you met your husband.
Yes, sir. I met my husband in Colorado Springs at Embark, in a program I was in. And, me and him started dating in November of 2023. And
what program was it?
It was Embark. The program was.
Embark? I'm not sure what Embark is.
Embark is a program with the federal government system. I had went to jail and got released out to the program.
Okay.
And then they moved us to the Solange at assisted living here in Pueblo. And we stayed there for 2 years. Well, 2.5 years.
Yeah.
And we got married there. And March 3rd, 2025.
How was that wedding?
We was married at the courthouse. We had people there. It was nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a family wedding.
That's nice. That's awesome.
It was mostly his family that come, but
So he's from Colorado? He is from Colorado?
he is from Colorado.
Is he? Yeah.
Yes, he is family.
You guys
His name's Christopher Geahlen. I'm married to Christopher Geahlen.
Christopher.
He used to be a model.
Look at you. Got yourself a little mom. You meet in the program, you're living together for a few years, you get married. What happens after the day you got married? Did you guys get your own place together, or what was like the next step for you guys?
The day we had got married, I was real nervous. Very, very nervous because I've never been married before.
Yeah.
My first husband.
Yeah.
And it rocked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
I had his family and my friends there, so.
Side quest, was that your first love? Or was that
No, he wasn't my first love.
That wasn't your first love. What was the longest relationship you've ever been in prior to getting married to Christopher?
Huh?
Longest relationship you've ever been in?
Longest relationship I've ever been in?
Not being married.
Without being married?
Yeah.
It's with my kid's dad.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How long were y'all together?
That's a bad relationship. We was together for approximately 2 to 3 years the first time before he went to prison. And then the second time we was together for approximately 2 years again. 2 to 3 years again. With our second child.
And it was not good.
It was not good.
So he went to prison.
He went to prison, yes, in our relationship.
What was the not good part?
He was married, I found out. He was married.
Well, that's not good at all.
Yeah, he was married.
Dang. You can't have two wives. That ain't how it works. Is he still in prison? Still in prison?
Yeah, he did have 2 wives at one time.
He's still in prison right now?
No, he's not in prison no more. No, he straightened his life out.
Good.
Yeah, he did. Straighten his life out and get back together with his wife.
Do they have any kids together?
Yes, they do. 3.
Dang.
Paul York's either.
You've been married to Christopher for a couple of years, and there's a rough patch, would you call this right now, or what would you say?
A rough patch with him?
Yeah.
With the baby, with the kid's dad?
With Christopher.
With Christopher, yes, I'm going through a hard time with Christopher. Probably going to get a divorce. He tried to kill me, so probably going to get a divorce.
What would trigger a husband or somebody that loves you to want to murder you?
I think that's the reason he married me, was to murder me.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. That's intense.
God said it was why he married me, was to murder me, but
that is no good. You've been on the streets for how long now?
I've been on the streets now for 4 days.
Okay. And you got 2 or so weeks until you can get into a new place, right?
Yeah.
Do you have a new place lined up?
Yeah, it's a East Side Salon, assisted living.
Is that in Pueblo?
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if I can be able to get you some help before that. I met by chance, I was driving and me and JJ, we got lost and pulled in the wrong street. And I ended up getting this pickup stuck in, I thought it was like quicksand, but it was just like mud on a job site. And a fella comes out to come pull me out.
Yes.
And we start talking, and he tells me, I start telling him about my situation, that I need to kind of find a place to board my horses so I can go fly to Portugal. And he goes, I have a lady, a friend of mine in the spring. She has some nonprofits and she helps, people out and whatnot. And I think you should meet her. I go, okay. So I drive to the ranch and I go meet her, and super nice lady, her and her husband. And now they're boarding my horses at their ranch right now. And bought them all sorts of hay and like just went way out of their way to drive an hour and a half out of their way to come grab my horses, my horse trailer, drive them back to Colorado Springs, put them they got their own pen there, and they just looked so happy. And but it all just happened by chance that, I got stuck in that mud and met that guy who hooked me up.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so
Oh, nice.
they're out there just living their best life right now. So I don't know, maybe she might be able to help you out, because I don't want anybody sleeping on the streets if they don't gotta be,
Mm-hmm.
So you got a new place lined up, which is good. Have you had any contact with your husband since, you've been on the streets for 4 days?
No, I haven't had any contact with him in 4 days.
Where were you staying before you got kicked out?
Besides, I think he called me a couple of times, besides a couple of phone calls, but no physical contact.
No. Yeah. What do you hope to happen from the situation? I know everything has been super intense and rough on you. And you said, most likely a divorce.
I called the police on him, but the police won't do anything about it.
The police seem to not do...
The police don't want to do nothing about it, so there's nothing I could do about it. The police has been called on it several times.
Yeah. This is like... We'll come back to this real quick, but you explained to me earlier that you have 7 in heaven.
Uh-huh.
Explain that to me. That's a lot for me to grasp and take in, that could happen to somebody, that they can lose that much life. What exactly happened?
My children were murdered. Yeah. They were murdered. 5 different miscarriages. Yeah.
Jeez. That is...
After I had my 2 children, my bladder dropped so low, I wasn't supposed to ever get pregnant again because my doctor told me if I packed them, that the full term, that it would kill me if I had them natural.
Really?
I would die. Their birth.
That's so intense. Well, you're...
Because my bladders dropped down so low.
That's so crazy.
Somehow he told me that. He told me that just like that. But what happened was he was wrong. When the bladder drops down low like that, you cannot pack children. You have miscarriages with them. You can't pack them to full term. He was wrong about that. I don't know why he said I would die.
Yeah.
If I packed them to full term.
Doctors can be wrong a lot of the time. How do you mentally physically that had to take a major toll?
But he literally lied and he told me that he could Go ahead with your next question.
That's so much trauma and pain, physical, but also mentally. How did you get through those things?
God. I just recently had the miscarriages. So, God's helping me get through it.
All about
And I
hope.
know my children's in heaven also.
I agree with that. Well, you're a very strong individual, I must say. That's a lot for anybody to go through.
And the Lord Jesus Christ is back on this earth because they fulfilled the Bible on us.
I mean, there's a lot of prophecies that people believe that are coming true right now that are in the Bible, like in Revelations and things like that. So.
Yeah, world peace is going on right now. So that's a Bible fulfillment. It started April the 6th, 2026, one day after Easter this year.
What do you think about, there's like a spiritual war going on right now. A lot of people believe that there's like good versus evil happening right in front of our faces, that prophecies coming true, that, you know, a savior or somebody's coming back to save their people. What are your thoughts on that? You believe in the prophecies that people are talking about that are in the Bible?
What, the Antichrist rising up and stuff? Yes, I do. I experienced it.
Tell me something that other people, because there are a lot of people that are not tapped in and understand those type of things that are going on in the world, because
no, they don't understand those type of things that are going on in the world. It's very spiritual. It's not physical, it's spiritual.
And a lot of people, I'm glad you said that, because here in this physical realm, there's so many things to keep us occupied or keep our brains, I don't know, not dumbed down, but like, so that way we're not able to tap into that spiritual side. They're like, I feel like entertainment, like movies and TV and social media and all these things, there's so much of an abundance of it that it like blinds our eyes to the spiritual realm. How are you able to navigate through all those things around us, distractions? How are you able to navigate through those and remain faithful and remain positive in your life?
I pray. I eat healthy. I exercise. And I keep on going with my life.
Those are like the most perfect building blocks anybody has the ability to take in order to continue on and finding happiness. So I'm really glad you said that. Eating healthy. What are your favorite things to eat or favorite things to cook?
My favorite things to cook. I like to cook steak.
Nice.
I like to cook pizza.
Yeah.
And I like to cook Alfredo noodles.
Yeah.
And I like to cook hamburgers.
Oh yeah.
Cheeseburgers especially.
Mm-hmm. I love that. Yeah, healthy.
That's some of the things I like to cook.
I love that.
And I like to make my desserts too. I'd rather make desserts than anything.
Yeah, you're a baker?
Yeah.
I love that. What do you like to bake?
I like to bake cakes. I like to bake cupcakes. I like to make cheesecakes. The cold dishes.
Oh yeah.
And my favorite is my secret mom's recipe for coal miner's cake.
Coal miner's cake?
Yeah.
Man, I never even heard of it, but I gotta know what it is now. And I gotta try it. What is a coal miner's cake?
A coal miner's cake. It has Oreos in it.
Ooh.
Oreos, cream cheese, and vanilla instant pudding.
What? That sounds right up my alley. Oreos, Cool Whip,
And cream cheese.
cream cheese.
The Philadelphia kind.
Ooh.
And vanilla instant pudding.
Vanilla instant pudding.
Mm-hmm.
Coal miner's cake. I promise I'm gonna make this one day. It sounds delicious. In the assisted living situations, are you able to cook and do stuff like that? What does it look like?
I'm able to cook a little bit for myself. I had been cooking for myself, but I'm not the best cook ever was. The older I get, the more limited I am on cooking because I eat smaller now, so
yeah.
I don't cook very much now, so it doesn't really bother me to cook.
I got you. You take care of your body by putting the right fuel into it.
Mm-hmm.
How about hobbies? Things like that. Exercising, hiking. What are things
I like to bicycle.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Bicycle. That's good. Super good for you. Outside of taking care of your body physically, things like that, what other hobbies do you enjoy?
Other hobbies I enjoy, I like going to the park.
Mm-hmm.
I like pedal boating at the park.
Paddle.
Like those ducks down there. Have you done those yet?
Mm-mm.
They're fun.
Are they?
Yeah.
How much are they? I want to do that.
I don't know how much they're.
That'd be cool. Want to go for a stuff ride? Yeah, that is really cool.
They have boat rides here too. I like boat riding.
They have them here?
Yeah, they do have boat rides on Sundays.
Well, not to come here on Sunday. We are towards the end. What does the future hold for you? I know you're 2 weeks away from a new home and maybe possibly a divorce. Besides that rocky road that is possibly on the horizon, what do you have in store for your future? What are your plans? Not pertaining to that. Yeah. What are your plans for your future?
My plans for my future? I'm in college right now. I go to Intellitech College here in Pueblo.
Okay.
And I'm going for medical billing and coding. I already went to school to be a psychiatrist at the age of 15.
There you go.
And I was homeschooled, so my homeschool had the college too. And if you're smart enough, you could in high school, you could get in college too and do it at the same time. So that's what I did.
Dang.
And I majored in psychology 101, but I didn't complete medical school. But
so you know a thing or two about psychology?
yeah. I'm very educated, so
it sounds like
so far.
So far.
Even though I forget my math, how to do math, I'm having to restudy math right now for Intellitech.
I hate math so much. Are you giving hugs? Oh, get you disgusted. You a good boy, huh?
Yeah, math's like my weakest link right now in Intellitech.
Man, when do classes start? You're not in school like right this second right now, are you?
Yeah, I'm in school this semester.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Do you do mostly online courses?
No, I don't do online courses. I go in.
What do you think you would want to do career-wise once you graduate?
Oh, I'm going to go to run the hospitals.
Yeah.
I'm going to bill for the hospitals.
That'd be really cool.
Yeah. It's medical billing and coding. That's what I'm in.
Nice.
College for.
That's awesome. Do you remember what your dream job was when you were a little girl?
My dream job was to be a doctor.
Yeah? Good boy. Man. JJ. Lay down. Thank you. So you're in school. Your future is bright in terms of that. One day you'll be doing some billing and coding in a hospital. I'm going to ask you a couple questions that don't pertain to your life necessarily, but are just general questions in general, because I talk to so many people and we all kind of go through the same struggles. So I like to kind of get a consensus answers on the same question asked to different people, just to kind of see like what everyone's answers would be. But I have some questions that I'm gonna ask you, and then that'll probably be it because we're at 52 minutes so far.
Okay.
That's pretty amazing. I wish we could smoke weed here. That'd be nice. Okay. What part of you still feels unfinished?
What part of me feels unfinished? A lot feels unfinished. My whole life feels unfinished because I'm still in college at the age of 40. I just got married. Now I'm going through a divorce. Then I'm going to have to find somebody else to get married to. And that's just psyched me.
That's just life.
That's just starting life back over again after I thought I'd already settled down with someone.
Man. Starting over is a very difficult thing. But I feel like if you're a fighter, which I feel like you are, it's just like another chapter in life. Like, you're going to get through it, and you learn from the mistakes along the way. And even if it is like getting older and you're still doing some of those things, like, it's okay. You know? Like, some people don't even experience their greatest parts of their life until they're 50 years old, 60 years old, you know, like, it just depends. So keep that faith, because
I've always been working and stuff, so I haven't come to a complete stop in my life and say, well, this is it.
Yeah.
I've always been working, taking care of myself. I was single, never was married. To me, when you feel like your life's complete, you're married, you're got your children there, or you're without your children, they're already raised, and things are complete for you.
Yeah. I get it.
And your financial status is good, and things are complete for you.
It's like reaching like a pinnacle or like a top of a mountain, and you're like, oh, I've done it, I made it. Just to like get there, and you're like, oh shit, there's still like way more of the mountain left to go. I feel like life is kind of like that sometimes. But that's like where faith comes in, you know? As you've spoken of. JJ, get over here.
I got it, JJ. I gotta grab a cigarette.
Yeah, no problem. I have another good question.
Yes.
What wounds that you have still control your decisions?
Nothing. Nothing really controls my decisions.
That's good. I love that.
Except for, well, God does. God controls my decisions. He really does. God's the only one.
That's a good one to have, honestly. Do you fear non-existence or being forgotten?
I mean, he tells me what to do in my situations. So I'll listen to God on everything before I do it. Yeah. So I'll listen to everything before I do it.
I love that attitude. Are humans evolving spiritually or just technologically?
Spiritual or tech?
Are human beings right now, dang it, I just lost it. Oh yeah, are humans evolving spiritually or just technologically? Are humans evolving spiritually or just technologically?
Spiritually.
What does loneliness do? What does loneliness do to the human mind over long periods of time?
Yeah.
What do people want more, truth or comfort?
Truth or comfort?
Mm-hmm.
Truth or comfort? Let's see. Truth.
Truth?
Yes.
Is it true? Is it true that God has an ultimate plan for you? And
Yes, He does have an ultimate plan for me. Yes, He does, that I live until the end of the world.
What experience made you question reality?
What made me question reality?
What experience that you've had in your life has made you question reality?
Oh, wow. Nothing really.
What do you think happens when we die?
When we die, we go to see God, and He judges us. We either stay in heaven or we don't. We go to hell. Well, not unless you get transferred back to Earth.
Yeah.
Now, if you're good, He transfers you back to Earth. People just need to hell. Nowadays, He's back. So, and before too, if He needed you here on this earth and you was good, He would put you back on this earth before He came back too. I believe in the resurrection of the dead.
I like that. What's something that love has taught you that pain couldn't?
What has love taught me that pain could?
Mm-hmm.
My morals.
Do women and men suffer differently or just silently?
Differently.
What happens to societies without strong fathers or mentors?
What happens to strong fathers or mentors?
What happens to society without them?
What happens to society without mentors? They fall.
I agree.
It's been a chosen, proven fact because they're all following somebody after somebody else. They're not being their own leader. So they need their own. I've been all over America and they need their own. They need mentors.
That's everything, right?
Yes, that's everything.
What are you still trying to forgive yourself for?
What am I still trying to forgive myself for? Well, half the population is still needing mentors.
Very true.
Now, what was the next question?
What kind of pain do you carry quietly?
I have deteriorating bone disease, I found out. I carry that quietly. It's painful.
Can you tell me about that?
Well, I've got a broken rib from it right now.
That was from...
Somebody slammed me. Christopher slammed me on the ground and broke my rib. He didn't slam me very hard either. He slammed me on a baby crib. And it broke my little baby doll's baby crib, which is about that long, about 10 inches long.
Dang.
I mean, about a yard long.
Yeah,
2 yards long.
Yeah.
It's literally 2 yards long.
Really?
Yeah. You can take a ruler stick that's a yard long, one of the school ones,
Yeah.
and measure it out.
2 of them?
2 of them. And when he slammed me, it hit me in there, and he slammed me very hard, having a very bone disease. It'll crush your bones.
Yeah.
And
So you're fragile.
it fractured it. And I'm handling the pain really well right now.
Do they give you any medication for pain, or do you have to take anything for that?
No.
If the world could hear one final message from you, what would it be?
The world could hear one final message from me would be to always trust in God. God has everything under control, and He knows in timing what is going to happen and what is not going to happen. And just to be on your best behavior for Yahweh at all times, because Yahweh is what makes the world go around for everybody. The world revolves around Yahweh. And I want the best for people, and they should know that. If you trust in God all the time and have your mind focused on God and not everything else that's going around, God will make the world revolve for you in your own timing. But you have to really believe in God, and you have to really put faith in Him that He's going to do that for you. Whatever the situation is, always depend on Yahweh to do it, because that's the way of the world.
That is one of the most powerful messages I've heard. And
It used to be the way of the world.
things have changed quite a bit, haven't they?
Things have changed quite a bit. Yahweh, you better get your fans back up.
Yeah. What destroys relationships the most?
What destroys relationships the most?
Yes.
Hate and jealousy, and finances.
That's really good. I agree with that. Are you on social media at all or anything like that?
Social media?
Yeah.
No.
You see how it affects people though, right? Like, I personally don't think it's very good for society. So with that being said, is social media creating identities, or is it erasing them?
Well, it's definitely not erasing them.
No. Right? Because we're so public and so connected.
Yeah.
But like too connected.
It's helping society.
How often do you think about death?
How often do I think about death? I don't really think about death that often.
Good. Do you think people are born good, neutral, or evil? Or do you think do you think people are born the way they're born? Because there's like serial killers, there are people that do evil things.
I think some people were created to do good, evil, and then there was saints that was created, and then there was holy angels that are created, which are the saints too, and
Do you have any regrets in life?
no.
Good. Alright, I'm gonna look for one. What was the most hardest and your most defining moment in your entire life?
Most hardest and defining moment in my life was when I found out God had come back, and I hadn't been back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Christie, I think we did a podcast at the park, and I think it was really good. And hopefully we can exchange information, and when I get this thing finished, I can send it to you, and people will listen to it, and I think it's going to help a lot of people. I know that this, revolves heavily around mental health, and I feel that we have a mental health crisis in the country right now.
We do.
And in the world in general. So, that's kind of why I do this. That's why I've dedicated my life to this. I feel as if it's my purpose. feel as if when I was in my darkest moments, that God pulled me from that and showed me, this is what your purpose is. So no matter what, no matter how hard things get, that this is something that you need to continue to do. Just last year, me and JJ were sleeping in my car for a couple months in the dead of winter, and I was putting episodes out from the Wi-Fi in the parking lot of the library. And in my head, people were like, why is he in this position? Why is he doing this? You have so many other options. You have family everywhere. But it's because, in my heart, I was shown that this is what I'm supposed to be doing. So I dedicated myself to that. And a lot of people that I've interviewed and a lot of people that have listened have told me they listen to stories that have kept them from wanting to harm themselves or things like that. So that's kind of why I do this. So I wanted to say thank you very much.
You're welcome.
And I'm going to talk to my friend, and hopefully maybe I can help you get something figured out before you get to your next destination.
Okay.
So, yeah, I just want to say thank you so much. And,
you're welcome.
It means a lot to me and to the people that listen, because it's not easy to be vulnerable and
give up on life.
Right. So
no matter what you've been through.
No matter what, right?
Mm-hmm.
You just gotta push forward, because we all go through the same struggles all over, and yeah, you definitely have a purpose, and I've learned a lot from just sitting here conversating with you. You have good energy, and I know things are gonna turn around for you, because that's what happens to good people. When you fall down, God will lift you back up. I think you're in that part of your life. So.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Nailed it.
Good job.
Oh, this is a cool part. I always pick a name for the episode. So, have any favorite quotes?
Favorite quotes?
Quotes.
I always stick with Mother Teresa's quotes. I can't remember none of them, but I use her quotes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Alright, Mother Teresa quotes. I'm going to look at our list.
I got it.
You want to look through those and pick one, or whichever one you think resonates with you.
Kind words can be short and easy to speak, but their echoes are truly endless.
Kind words can be short and easy to speak, but their echoes are truly endless. That's a good one. Perfect.
So, do you have to go to get back to your camper? Do you have to go through the springs?
No, I gotta go the opposite way.
The opposite way?
Yeah, watching the Ragged Springs.
Yes, I do.
I could do it tomorrow, for sure. If I am able to do it today, it would have to be later this evening, but I can do it. I could do tonight if that's something that'll work. Like I said, I can't do it until like 9 or so, but I would have no problems taking you.
Okay.
Yeah?
Okay. Let's see. Let me see. What time is it?
5:30.
Yeah, it'd probably be best to go tomorrow.
Yeah?
Yeah, tomorrow.
Okay.
When you go.
Yeah. Let's plan that for tomorrow.
Because I have to get permission and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I still go to Gateway to Success.
Yeah. Tomorrow, I would say I'd probably be coming this way around like 9-10 a.m.
Okay.
You think that'll work?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, well, I'm going to set a reminder in my phone. Right to the springs. Where do we got to go in the springs? Where do I got to drop you off?
Just at Embark.
Okay.
At Embark.
Okay. Well, awesome.
Because I don't know where Artemis' house is.
No.
In Springs, no.
Okay.
So I'll just get drop it in park and let them in there.
Okay. Yeah. Well, like I said, I'll be around this way between 9 and 10 a.m. Yeah. Well, I have your number. I text you.